Hi guys, my name is Diksha.
My name is Akshay.
Welcome to our YouTube channel Bangalore to
Montreal. Today we are making a video about living expenses in Canada in general, specific to Montreal, since we are living in Montreal right now.
It's been 2 years since I came to Canada.
And I'm here since 6 years. So we are trying to explain what would be the main expenses that you would see in Canada, especially in Montreal.
So the first thing we would consider is the rent.
That would be your major expense. Rent, again, depends on what type of rental property you're looking at. You will get a basement, you'll get an apartment, or you'll get a shared accommodation as well. So for a basement, you would see, basement, again, how comfortable you are depends on that. For a basement, you would cost it around $600 to $800 per month.
And if you want to live on an upper floor from ground, like a condo or an apartment, the cost ranges from $700 to $1,300.
Depends on the locality as well.
Yeah.
And again, on a shared basis, I mean, this is specific to students. There are a lot of students who take an apartment, like a 2-bedroom units, and they share among 4 other students, so they can get an advantage of sharing the rent in total. So if you are on a sharing basis, you can account it up to $300 to $500 per month.
Yeah.
That's your major expense.
So after this, the mode of transport is the next thing we have to discuss. Either you can buy a car or you can have a metro and bus pass.
By the way, metro is quite well connected in Montreal, and if you are a student, it's better to stay closer to your college. So most of the colleges are in downtown proper Montreal, so you have a quite good connectivity of metro lines. So you can there is metro and there is bus as well. So the monthly pass you can use it for both metro and the bus.
So the monthly pass here in Montreal currently costs $86, which you can use in your metro and the bus, and it's unlimited for a month.
And if you are a professional, if you're working, and if you were staying a bit further down, further away from Montreal, downtown, let's say north or towards east, where the accommodation is a bit manageable. So and also you'll get very good properties as well if you're staying a bit away from the downtown. So if you
can opt to buy a car then if your mode of commute is further from your workplace or your college. So the cost of car on an EMI basis per month would cost you $400. It also depends on your car. Here I would be talking about a basic 4-seater car.
sedan or
A sedan.
yeah. Normally, and with the car, you have to take your car insurance as well. So car insurance in Montreal, it's a bit affordable when compared to other locations, especially in Ontario. It's quite expensive in Toronto.
Yeah.
But in Montreal, it's way too less. So your insurance would be around $100 to $150.
Yeah.
And
your insurance cost varies based on your experience of driving, how new you are to Canada, and also it's based on your car model.
And monthly, I would say for fuel, you would spend around $200. And that would be your basic car expenses.
It roughly is around $50 a week if you would travel every day. And another thing you have to consider when you have a car, your car insurance, your fuel, is your parking fees. Here in Montreal or in Canada, parking is considered one of the major expense if you're going to commute to downtown especially.
Yeah, and few of the buildings that you would opt to stay, they might not have parking included as well, so you might have to add up certain amount around $200 roughly to your monthly expense as well
Yeah.
for the parking
So if you would want to park in downtown Montreal, the cost is around $15.
per
But
day.
yeah, per day. And usually in both of our companies we work in downtown, but neither of us have free parking. So if we would travel by car, we have to pay $14. Instead, you could opt for like the metro, which is faster and you would avoid traffic.
Yeah, so that is about traveling expenses. The next bigger expenses would be your groceries, food. So roughly, we spend around $300 to $400 per month, and it depends on how carving my wife gets. Yeah, that is roughly what we spend. And again, this is apart from what we spend on eating
Out.
restaurants. So
Yeah.
this is our grocery expense.
So when it comes to eating out, it also depends on whether you're going to a fancy restaurant, whether you're going to Tim Hortons. So if you would be going to like Tim Hortons for two people, you would roughly spend $15, including tax maybe. And then if you would go to a proper restaurant for dine-in, it would come up to $40.
Yeah, so basically you can average it, and let's say monthly you visit once a week to a restaurant on a weekend or so. So you spend $50 a week for two people, then you would go up to $200 per month. So that would be your additional expense for food apart from your groceries.
So totally we would consider around 600 as a couple for our food and groceries and eating out.
Yeah. So after that comes your utility bills. The first thing to add up, the major thing would be with the electric bills. In summers, it's a bit cheaper. It's a bit lesser when compared to winters. So in summers, the expense would be up to $100 max for a one bedroom unit, and so the electricity is 2 months once. You pay twice, once in 2 months, and in winters the bill would be around 200 to 250 again.
Here the cost of your winter electricity bill is more expensive because you're continuously heating up your condo or your apartment, and it's very necessary to maintain a good room temperature, and that becomes expensive.
Yeah, so that would be your expense for the electricity, and water bill would be around $50 to $80. Similarly, again, I mean, it might not vary much in winter or summer, so it would be up of that range. And for the phone bill, we pay $50 each. It's $100 additional, and again,
So
home
if you
internet.
like, I would like to discuss more about your phone. If you would want a phone also along with your plan, so it would cost around like $80 or $100. Like you can link to have an iPhone or a Samsung, and it would be a 2 years contract. And after you pay for 2 years, the phone would be yours.
Yeah. So the next utility bill would be your home internet. So home internet providers, there are a lot of home internet providers, but for a good signal and a strong service, a strong signal and a good plan, I would say you would be spending around $70 minimum. It's
Yeah.
a bit on an expensive side. So $70
$70
to
to
$100
$100, yeah.
per month, and
And here Wi-Fi is very important to connect. Like on your phone, you would just have like 2 GB or 3 GB per month, and it's not per day. So it's very important to have a good Wi-Fi connection.
yeah, and your home insurance. Again, some if you're renting a unit, you might not be taking a home insurance, but some owners would request you to have a home insurance. But if you're owning a building, then you definitely have to take a home insurance. So home insurance, it's not very expensive. You would be spending around $30 to $50 per month.
It is essential to have a home insurance because here all the houses are made of wood, and if your house get burned, the insurance will cover you some amount or whole amount depending on the plan you choose. So I would say it is essential to consider this and have this.
Yeah, so
So the next thing we would consider as an expense is your miscellaneous. Here in miscellaneous you have like shopping, like for your clothes or for your shoes, and also like gym, going to the gym, and your entertainment, whether it's going to a movie or whether you're going to subscribe to Amazon Prime or Netflix
or you go hiking
or you go hiking, yeah.
all
So
of that stuff.
totally we would say $300 to $500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So totaling up all of our expenses per month, we spent around $3,000 to $3,500 for a couple living in Montreal. Okay, this is all about today's video, and thanks
Thank you
for
for
watching.
watching.
If you
Please
like our videos, please like,
share and subscribe. Don't forget to leave your comments. See you in your next video.
Thank you.
Bye.